The bag is packed with the sticks. The drinks are cold. And the scorecard's ready to go. Time to hit the links.
I think that he deserves to be on the team.
Yes.
But if he picks himself as a captain and he tries to do both, it sets a very dangerous precedent moving forward.
I don't know if it does, because I don't know if we're going to be in this position again.
It's time to go on the team.
We're golfers, man. We're weird.
Sponsored by Majestic Oaks at Lake Lawn Resort.
Yeah, I don't care too much about other things outside of golf.
And Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Let's give the people what they want. The original
By
script.
the people, you mean you.
Yeah.
Alongside PGA Tour Live Stephen Watson, here's Gabe Neitzel.
We will be getting into that conversation once again. The Keegan, is he picking himself, is he not conversation, because the top 6 are officially locked in for Team USA. We're a little over a week away from the 6 captains' picks, so we will certainly get into that. But I feel like we need to open the show, Stephen, just kind of a Scottie Scheffler appreciation segment. Could turn into a Scottie Scheffler appreciation show.
It's been a Scottie Scheffler appreciation year,
because he's been, and he continued to be, incredible this weekend.
I feel like we're watching Bennett grow up before our eyes.
We are. Each and every, it's nice. We get a nice, every couple of weeks, we get, an update on how big Bennett Scheffler, his son, is getting. Because he comes out for the celebration and the trophy and all that. At any point this weekend, you were there, obviously covering and doing your duties for PGA Tour Live. So you were covering the event. At any point, did you feel that Robert McIntyre was going to hold off? I'm talking about Saturday or Sunday, because they ended up playing together all weekend. Did you think that Robert McIntyre was going to hold off Scottie Scheffler?
No.
Yeah.
I never thought he would actually win the event, but I will say the fact that he went Saturday with only giving up ground on one stroke felt like a massive win for Robert McIntyre. And I was like, hey, if he goes toe-to-toe with Scottie for 2 days, this might be the best performance we've seen on the PGA Tour this year. The fact that you can hold off Scottie Scheffler. Robert McIntyre made 400 feet worth of putts through 3 rounds.
Oh, I mean, his putter was on fire Saturday. Like, he made what hole is that, the short par 5? The short par 4 where he hit it into the penalty area, chipped out, and he's on the other side of the green. The longest putt I think I've seen on tour, runs it 10 feet past, buries it coming back. He was just doing stuff like that all day on
And there was
Saturday.
a great look on Scottie Scheffler's face, like he couldn't believe that McIntyre got out of the woods and then made the putt. And then that feeling was mirrored on the 17th green on Sunday when Scottie Scheffler hit, in my opinion, the defining shot of his career. That was the best shot I have seen Scottie Scheffler hit in his PGA Tour career.
I don't even think it's the best chip in.
What's better?
When he chipped in his first Masters on hole 3. You don't even remember it.
No, I remember it,
Okay.
but I'm trying to think of that wasn't the final round, was it? This is the second to last hole to take a 2-shot lead.
Yeah, but it's the BMW versus the Masters.
I mean,
and to be where he was when he chipped in on 3, like he was like dead at Augusta. Because here's the crazy thing about Scottie Scheffler. He's among the best iron players in the world. If you want to say he's the best iron player in the world, you're probably not going to get much pushback from me. But I think there's more competition there. He's not the best driver of the golf ball.
Nope.
He's not the best putter of the golf ball. He's improved. Certainly improved.
Over 100 spots on the PGA Tour this year.
Yes,
improved?
yeah. Like, he is improved, and it's dangerous how much he's improved. But if you try to tell me that there's a better chipper of the golf ball, I will fight you if you say somebody other than Scottie Scheffler. The problem is, he's such a good iron player, he never needs that skill. Like, he is so good when he misses greens, but he rarely misses greens, so you don't factor in how good his short game is and how good he is at chipping. It's unbelievable how often that guy gets up and down and does what he did on 17, chipping in to close out the tournament. I mean, it started a couple of years ago when Ted Scott first was on his bag, and I know Ted wasn't with him dealing with personal family matter over the weekend. But they had like a weird bet going on where Ted Scott was like paying Scottie every time he was chipping in, and Scottie was chipping in at an unbelievable rate or holing out. It was any hole out off the green. He is such a good chipper of the golf ball, and that was on display. Hopefully people realize that and appreciate it more after what he did on 17.
Yeah, I think you make a great point about he just doesn't miss many greens, so we don't see
Yeah.
as many chips from him. Like other names that come to mind are Jordan Spieth.
Yeah.
I mean, just because of the circus shots that he can hit around the green. He might have the best highlight reel of chips on the PGA Tour.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shane Lowry is also
Yeah.
incredible around the greens. But
JT is one of the best wedge players, but I don't know if he's one of the best chippers. You know, if there's
Agreed.
there's like a 60-yard little half wedge shot that you have to hit,
100%.
I don't know if I want anybody other than JT hitting that shot. But yeah, there's some guys in the running, but I don't think there's anybody
The reason
that's
I
better
say
than
that this
Scottie.
was maybe the best shot I've ever seen Scottie hit was because it was a true put-away shot. We haven't seen many put-away shots from Scottie Scheffler. I mean,
Because he's usually running away.
that's what I'm saying. Every single win he's had this year has been by 3 or more strokes until this one where he wins by 2, and it was because of that chip that he had on 17 that he had a 2-stroke lead. And I was thinking about and talking a bunch with some of the analysts that I worked with this week about, you know, Scottie and Tiger. Everybody likes to make the comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody likes to get super hyperbolic about this. Like it has to be LeBron and MJ. We have to have these debates, right? And I brought up an analogy that I thought was fitting. When I watch Tiger play, he just steps on your throat.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch Scottie play, he suffocates you. It must be so exhausting to be in contention playing alongside Scottie Scheffler because he just does not make mistakes. And you give him an inch, he'll take a mile. We saw that on the opening hole. Robert McIntyre, bogeys 1, Scottie birdies, 2-shot swing.
Boom.
Just like that on Sunday. And then it's already in your head. And he doesn't quite have like the visual intimidation because of the crowds or the legacy that Tiger had, you know, in the heart of his career. That guys, whenever they saw their name next to Woods, they're already 3 strokes behind.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something about watching a round unfold with Scottie. We bring up the PGA Championship as a great example. He's playing in the final group, has a tough front 9. You know, Ted Scott gets him to work on his driver, tells him to aim right, and then he just grinds his way through a stress-free win, even when he's not playing well. Like, he had his B- game on Thursday and Friday of the BMW Championship and was still 4 strokes back, 5 strokes back.
5 strokes back.
And then he has an A moment on the 17th hole, and it's done. It's just like, it's a slow death. It's like being strangled by a snake. You know?
He's Sunday Tiger Thursday through Sunday. And what I mean by that is, you mentioned he doesn't make mistakes. That's when Tiger, because Tiger knew that people were going to wilt around him. Like, Tiger, when he would shoot his ridiculous scores, outside of what I can think, when he went like 63 or 4, whatever it was, at Pebble Beach in 2000, when he won the AT&T and just went bonkers on the back 9, most of the time, Tiger Woods won, and there were a couple of come-from-behind wins, but mostly I think of Tiger, he's in the lead through 3 rounds, and then on Sunday, he's shooting 69 or 70. He's not, that version, the Sunday red, black pants, that Tiger didn't make mistakes because he was hitting fat side of greens. He was going to, hey, if you got to chase me down, you're going to have to come chase me down.
Yeah.
Because I am going to play a pretty flawless form of golf. And that's really, and honestly, that's kind of boring. But every once in a while, you still got those highlight moments of him in the Sunday red. But a lot of the crazy Tiger shots are Thursday through Saturday to get him there. And Scottie doesn't make those mistakes Thursday through Sunday. And then he runs in a couple of putts here and there, and you look up and you go, oh, I guess Scottie shot 67 today. All right, here we go. But I think there's starting to be the same thing that you're talking about of, I mean, I saw Scottie 5 back of McIntyre, and it's like, okay, this thing's over. Like, he's going to chase him down. Like, there's no way that Robert McIntyre, as good as he is, because he is really good, and he's going to be on the European Ryder Cup team. Like, he might win a major someday. Like, none of that would be shocking for Robert McIntyre. But as good as he is, he's just nowhere near as good as Scottie Scheffler is.
Yeah, he's a grinder.
I think one of my favorite stats that I saw And I was just telling Homer this as we came in after the Homer Hour. So in the official World Golf Rankings, you got the point system, you got all that. The gap that exists, and again, this is a Tiger-esque stat. The gap that exists between Scottie at number 1 and Rory at number 2 is basically the same as the gap between Rory at number 2 and the 115th ranked player in the OWGR. Like, that's how big the gap is.
It's incredible.
Between 1 and 2 with what Scottie's been doing.
Rory won the Masters,
Yep.
Pebble,
Yep.
and the Players.
Correct.
And he won't even get sniffed for Player of the Year.
No. Nope. No, I mean, well, that was put away at the British.
Yeah, truly. But no, it's incredible. I mean, since the Players, Scottie Scheffler has lost to 34 golfers. Since the Players, at the end of March, 34 golfers have beaten Scottie Scheffler.
Shout out to Kyle Porter for this one. Since March 1st, 2024, so really the last year and a half, Scottie Scheffler has a better winning percentage, 41%. Scottie Scheffler, since March 1st, 2024, has won 41% of his tournaments. That is a better winning percentage than the Niners, Panthers, Bears, Saints, Jets, Jags, Patriots, Raiders, Browns, Giants, Titans, White Sox, Rockies, Trailblazers, 76ers, Pelicans, Nets, Raptors, Hornets, Wizards, and Jazz. Scottie is winning in a sport where you're not supposed to win this much, more than some teams in team sport. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's incredible. I mean, it makes you wonder, what if he just didn't have the ravioli accident?
What if he just Uber Eats something? What if he just looked on his phone and said, hey, let's order takeout tonight, Meredith, instead of having to make ravioli himself?
Stop being such
at
a
a
good
rental
person,
house.
Scottie. Making dinner for the family.
Honestly,
it's incredible. This run it's remarkable. He hasn't finished worse than 8th in his last 13 events. Mm-hmm. He has 17 straight rounds in the 60s. And he didn't even have to play this week at the BMW Championship, and he was going to be number 1 in points, which earns him a massive bonus at the end of the Tour Championship. And now he's going into the Tour Championship looking to win back-to-back events and 6 events this year.
I mean, he's the only other person other than Tiger to win 5 events in back-to-back years. He's
looking to become the first to ever win the FedEx Cup in back-to-back years. Tiger never did it.
No. And again, if he does, like, it comes with a little bit of an asterisk to me because he didn't have the low score last year. Like, he had the low net score, didn't have the low gross score.
Well, we're going to find out this year.
Yeah. Oh, like
all 30 start the exact same at 0.
And we'll get into that a little bit. Feels right, but it doesn't feel right. I don't know how I feel about the Tour Championship.
It was a weird mid-season shift to just change the rules.
It just means it doesn't matter if you're changing the rules in the middle of the season. Again, just to demonstrate how much better Scottie is, you don't need to know how these points are necessarily calculated, but for the Ryder Cup, Scottie Scheffler, 37,180 points. The next closest, J.J. Spawn, 14,851. Like, he's got more points combined than 3, 4, and 5 on the list. It's insane.
You can cut his points in half, and he would still have the most.
Okay, and it's not even close. Not even close if you cut his points in half. It's not like, again, the difference between J.J. Spawn and Xander Schauffele, who's second, is roughly 1,000 points. Difference between Xander Schauffele and Russell Henley, roughly 1,500 points. Like, that's the type of gap that exists between spot to spot. Not, if I double my points, I'm still not even close to Scottie Scheffler.
But you know what makes the Ryder Cup great? Even this year that he's had, he could go out there and lose every match.
The terrifying thing to me, as I was watching Scottie chip in on 17, was, man, he could easily lose his singles match
of course,
to Robert McIntyre in the Ryder Cup.
Just like we saw Justin Rose and J.J. Spawn have that electric playoff at FedEx St. Jude, we could very well see Scottie and McIntyre in September as well.
I mean, I doubt we see that as a singles match.
I mean, we got to get Scottie Rory, right? That's what the people want.
I wish
it's the opposing captain that rolls out the lineup first, correct?
No, they blind submit it.
Oh, that's for team though, right? Or they blind everything?
They blind everything.
Oh, okay.
So in the President's Cup,
that's what it's. Yeah.
In the President's Cup, you can manipulate and get those matchups, but in the Ryder Cup, everything's just here's my team, here's how we're doing it, and you don't know. I mean, there's kind of a formula the way teams have typically done it. Like there's a story told. I can't remember what year, but Graham McDowell was still like one of the Europeans, right? But back when he won at the U.S. Open in that era. And the captain of the time had convinced him to kind of be a babysitter during the team events. And he's like, hey, but we're going to put you out first, which is like the biggest honor in singles for the European team. And Rory McIlroy at that point was starting to come on, and Rory was probably should have been the number one guy. And Graham's like, oh, Rory's okay with that? Yeah, Rory's okay with it. Already talked to him. So then Graham, agreed to do that to get the honor of being out number one. So there is typically a formula that they follow in order of putting out guys when they do. But yeah, it's all blind submitting. So who knows who's going to end up playing who? It's part of the charm of the Ryder Cup.
Oh, I can't wait for Captain Keegan to roll himself out there first.
All right, We're going to get into that. That's going to be a lengthy discussion, I feel, when it comes to the Ryder Cup. Coming up next, but we are presented by our friends at Majestic Oaks. You can tee off on a course with over 2 miles of lakefront where wide fairways and challenging greens await down in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. The Lakeside 18-hole course offers a golfing experience like no other, but what we love about them, and again, we've had the opportunity to go down there, and we love the staff, second to none, just a tremendous hospitality experience. But even better than the great hospitality and staff they have. That's how good their family golf nights are, Stephen.
Yeah, it's the time of year to take advantage.
Everyone can enjoy the game together. Golf, cart, drink, snacks, under $15 per person at Majestic Oaks. Go down there, take advantage of the family golf fun nights, and book today. LakeLawnResort.com at Majestic Oaks Golf Course.
Back to the course and on the tee with Gabe and Steven after this on 94.5 ESPN. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 19th.
Turio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 19th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaki County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer cater to golfers of all skill levels. Settled amongst over 250 acres of beautiful private land, the Bog offers a truly unforgettable golf experience. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, and after you're round, have a signature cocktail while enjoying our Friday fish fry from the clubhouse overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the bog.
Joint pain makes it hard to enjoy anything when it comes to life, let alone the small things like getting out of bed or walking down a flight of stairs. Whether it be hoping it'll just disappear or feeling like you've tried every other option, let me tell you, you haven't tried them all if you haven't tried QC Kinetics. This is Brad Nortman, and I have to tell you about my experience when I visited QC Kinetics at the Greenfield location. It was incredible to see with my own two eyes all the tools that they have to get you feeling your best and get rid of that pain for the long term. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, and they have cellular therapies that's going to get that pain away for the long term and get you living your best life again. Your pain-free life is waiting for you on the other side of calling QC Kinetics, because there is your free, no-pressure consultation where you can be evaluated, put on a personal plan of pain relief, and be able to tell if you're a good candidate for QC Kinetics. Grab the phone now and call QC Kinetics for that free consultation. Call them today at 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
Gabe Neitzel from On the Tee here. There's watching the Brewers, and then there's watching while golfing at X-Golf inside American Family Field. Group options are endless. Book a sim bundle with at least 4 people for $70 per person, or go big with the Sim Double Play, a minimum of 22 people for $50 per person. Both include a game ticket, premium high-tech simulators with a view, and seating for everyone right next to Bernie's Slide. Book your game day at X-Golf inside American Family Field. Open to all fans in the ballpark each Brewer game.
You're listening to On the Tee with Gabe Neitzel and Stephen Watson on 94.5 ESPN.
You know what Golf Digest 10th ranked public course in the nation is. Of course, it's right here in Wisconsin, not that far outside of downtown Milwaukee. We are talking about Erin Hills. We'll be live there in a couple of weeks. Charming overnight accommodations and a championship golf experience. Back nine, pure elegance. Although I'm going to put Steven on the spot.
Ooh, I like it. What's up?
Front or back at Aaron?
Back.
Okay. Yeah.
12 and 15 are just so cool.
Yeah, they are really good holes. Erin Hills, championship golf in Wisconsin. Plan your trip today, aaronhills.com. Whew. In 8 days, Keegan Bradley is going to be selecting the rest of the U.S. Ryder Cup team. Over on the European side, they've got a little bit more time with the DP World Tour and when guys are going to be automatically locked in, although it appears that 5 of the 6 spots have been locked. 1 spot up for grabs potentially this weekend, but Rory, Robert McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Tyrrell Hatton all automatically qualifying for the team. But this is more of a Team USA conversation where the top 6 of Scottie Scheffler, J.J. Spawn, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson DeChambeau have been officially locked, meaning there are just 6 captain's picks that need to be made in 8 days' time from Captain Keegan Bradley. And, of course, we've had the conversation, Stephen. Everybody's having the conversation. People are asking players about Keegan Bradley. Can he be a playing captain? Let's go ahead and hear from Rory McIlroy, world number 2, on what he thinks about a playing captain in the Ryder Cup.
Is being a Ryder Cup playing captain something that you aspire to? Is that something?
No, I've been asked to do that and I've turned it down.
Or you've been asked to be the captain?
No, the idea of me being a playing captain sometime soon coming up has come up and I've shot it down straight away.
Yeah, why?
Because I don't think you can do it.
Roy, could you just elaborate on why you think it would be so difficult to be a playing captain?
I just think the commitments that a captain has the week of, you think about the extra media that a captain has to do, you think about the extra meetings that the captains have to do with the vice captains, with the PGA of America in Keegan's case, preparing your speech for the opening ceremony. There's a lot of things that people don't see that the captain does the week of the Ryder Cup, especially now that the Ryder Cup has become so big. If you had said 20 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, I think it was probably possible to do, but with how big of a spectacle and everything that's on the line in a Ryder Cup now, I just think it would be a very difficult position to be in. So I just think for those reasons, and then the captain isn't going to be on the course all day. So really the captain's only going to be able to play one session on Friday, one session on Saturday. Would you rather not have a player that has the flexibility to go twice if he's playing well? And, there's a lot of different things that go into it. And that's why I think, look, it's just my opinion, but I think it would just be very difficult to do.
First and foremost, I really think that they were probably asking him to be the next captain, right? Ireland, Adair Manor.
Yes.
Rory as one captain, Tiger as the other captain, I think is what's potentially could have been set up given the people associated with Adair Manor and the way that Tiger and Rory know those people. But that's beside the point. When you hear Rory McIlroy saying he thinks it's not possible, do you think that Keegan Bradley hears that and goes, okay, he's making good points? Do you think Keegan Bradley hears that and go, oh, Rory's just trying to get in my head? What do you think Keegan is thinking about this?
Game on. I think this is strategic from Rory. I think he was expecting this question at some point, or something in regards to the potential responsibility that Keegan Bradley is going to have to take, and he sees this as an opportunity to gain an edge. Because I think it's more telling that Ricky Fowler and Patrick Cantlay, albeit two guys who would love to play for Team USA in September and would say everything nice about their captain, said that the common feeling is that Keegan deserves to be on the team.
Is it possible that the captaincy just means more on the European side and that captain does more than Team USA?
Oh, that could definitely be true.
Because I think, like, I guess, and maybe because Strick's our guy, I give him a lot of credit, but I look at, and the way that Team USA sung his praises, like, hey, Strick was on top of everything. He took things off our plate. He made sure we were prepared to play. And I think that's a good thing. And I think that's what a European captain has done going back into the 80s when they got back into this thing and made this an actual competition. I look at Zach Johnson, I go, what the hell did you do, man? Kind of seems like you weren't really doing much other than making calls in front of cameras for the Netflix TV. Yeah, for the Netflix TV show. I think a good captain, and maybe for a home Ryder Cup, you don't need to be that good of a captain. And this one is home. Maybe on the road it's impossible for Europe to have one, or for Team USA when they go to Adair Manor in 2 years. Maybe it's impossible on the road. But I also think that the way that Europe looks at it, the way that USA looks at it, it's completely possible that Rory's evaluation is true because he can only come at it from the European perspective, where the captain has meant so much and has taken on a lot of those responsibilities, where on the USA side, they're kind of more of the, hey, let's roll the balls out and see what happens type team.
I think Ryder Cup is very similar to all professional sports where a team takes on the characteristics of their leader. Mm-hmm. When it comes to Steve Stricker, he's going to be organized. He's one of the most well-liked guys in the game. People are going to respect him. They understood that it was on his home turf and what this meant to him. So already, you go out there and you're playing for something bigger than yourself. You're playing for Strick. I don't think they had that with Zach Johnson. What I wonder is there a common belief and feeling that Keegan should be playing? Because if that shared feeling amongst all 12 guys is Keegan deserves to be here, that already makes you feel like you're playing for something bigger than yourselves.
That's a unifying factor.
If there is any bit of, and it could be 2 guys, it might be 6 guys, who think that it's the wrong decision and he's taking on too much, then your team's broken. And this is what my fear has been from the beginning with this entire mess, was this story, win or lose, becomes about Keegan Bradley and not Team USA. And that's what I fear. And here we are, 8 days away, and we're coming at a crossroads. Because if you actually look at the year that Keegan Bradley has had, the narrative shifted when he won Travelers. Yep. It was always, I will be a playing captain if I get into the top 6.
Yep.
All of a sudden, he wins Travelers and says, well, this was always part of the deal, that I was going to be a playing captain regardless. And if I played well, right?
Yes,
so he comes out and he wins. Like, this was always the understood conversation.
When I had the conversation with the PGA of America, they said, "Oh, we want you to be the first one since '63 and Arnold Palmer to be a playing captain."
Since he won the Travelers,
this is going to be bad.
Tied for 41st at the Rocket, tied for 30th at the Open Championship, missed cut at Wyndham, tied for 44th at FedEx St. Jude. He had a tied for 17th finish at the BMW Championship. Mind you,
50 players.
50 players, no cut.
Yeah, he's 1 under par.
This week, the biggest story at the BMW Championship, outside of maybe who wins, is how well does Keegan Bradley play?
Do you think he is on the team as of right now? Do you think how he plays this week at the Tour Championship will dictate his own decision, or do you think that's already been made? His mind has already been made up?
That's the big question. I personally think he has not made a decision, and I ultimately think the competitor inside of Keegan Bradley, because we have never denied who this man is and how much he loves this game, how much he loves the Ryder Cup, respects it, and how much of a competitor he is. I think that he is going to warp his brain into, I need to finish here to make this decision for Team USA. That being said, I think there are about 4 other guys who need to go out there and prove something to Keegan that they deserve to be there over him. And that's what makes East Lake so fascinating this year, is there are truly 4 different guys, in my opinion, playing for one spot.
Okay. All right, so let's go through your 5. So you think there are 5 on the team? If you think there's 4 playing for one spot?
Yes. I don't think he should be on the team, but I think Colin Morikawa is going to get a spot. So Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Patrick Cantlay, Ben Griffin.
Okay.
So that's 4, right?
Yep.
And Cameron Young. That's my 5.
Okay.
I think it is going to come down to Keegan Bradley.
Yep.
Maverick McNeely. And Sam Burns. I think Goddard has played his way out of it. I don't think he's played good enough golf in the United States. I know that was my sexy pick a couple of weeks ago, but he just hasn't proven that he can play good golf in the U.S. this year. And so actually, I'll go with 3 names for one spot. I don't have Brian Harmon, who's number 12, or Andrew Novak, who's 13.
No.
Obviously, Wyndham Clark. No, thank you. I think Burns is at 16. He's playing really good golf. He's probably the hottest of those 3 names that I just listed.
So
Maverick McNeely has had a steady season, and Keegan Bradley. That I think it comes down to those 3 for the finals.
Okay, so with our Gruber Law Offices one call, that's all this week. Let's go ahead and talk about who you think has the most to prove. Again, Gruber Law Offices has been serving people in the state of Wisconsin for more than 35 years. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices one call, that's all. Because I am going to throw Colin Morikawa on that list. I don't think you can lock him in. I don't. He got off to a pretty good start, finishing 2nd at the Century, and then T17 at AT&T, T17 at the Genesis, and finished 2nd after having a really good opportunity to win, but ultimately not winning the Arnold Palmer Invitational. It kept it going. Oh, T10 at the Players, T14 at the Masters. Since then, it has completely fallen apart. He has 1 top 10, 3 missed cuts in that time frame. And usually it's like, okay, you think he might be starting to get it together, right? In some of these finishes. Let's take example, just this past weekend. Oh, he shoots 67 on Saturday at the BMW. Okay, let's start 75. FedEx St. Jude, 66-65. Name on top of the leaderboard, feeling good. 72-71. Shoots 68 at the Genesis Scottish Open. Misses the cut by shooting 76 in the second round. Like, he's just too all over the place. The only place where he's put together 4 solid rounds is the Rocket Classic. And I got news for you. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, despite what I saw on social media of some wider fairways, apparently, that they are getting ready out there at Bethpage Black. It's going to be a little bit more difficult at Bethpage than it was at the Rocket Classic in Detroit.
Yeah, I'm with you. If it was my choice, I would tell you, no thank you for Collin Morikawa. He's had 5 caddies this year. He might have a 6th by the time we get to the end of September.
To me, Collin's got the most to prove. And if he doesn't play well again this week, I don't think you can pick him. I understand he's been, again, he was somebody that we just assumed was a lock. He's been somebody who was such a big part of Whistling Straits where he went 3-0-1. He was 1-3 in Rome. Well, his current form, like
he was 3-0-1 at Whistling Straits.
Yeah,
he was partnered with Dustin
DJ,
Johnson,
who was
3-0 in when they were together.
Yes,
the two of them were 3-0 together, and his one loss came in singles.
Yeah, his tie. It was a tie in singles.
Oh, a tie in singles. Excuse me. And then, I mean, DJ. If you watched the golf, he was 5-0 for a reason. He was, and he celebrated.
That might have been the last time we saw like vintage Dustin Johnson.
He peaked in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I think we can all say that was the pinnacle.
That was so good.
Post Ryder Cup press conference when he was blacked out, saying whatever came out of his mouth, grabbing the mic. Oh gosh!
It was the first time he was actually like open, like he was like open and talking to the media for the first time in his career because he was just hammered.
Yeah.
But my one call that's all to me, it's Collin Morikawa, because if you had to ask me right now today, would I rather have Maverick McNeely or Collin Morikawa? It's Mav. It's not even close. Like I don't know how much you compare Collin. I mean, I don't want to put Collin out there the way he's hitting the golf ball, putting the golf ball.
Yeah.
I can't put him out there in ult shot, and he's not making enough birdies for me to put him out there in foursomes.
I think the best thing for Team USA would be to have Maverick McNeely and Sam Burns as your final 2 and leave Collin and Keegan off of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my Gruber Law Office's one call that's all pick is Keegan Bradley, because if he finishes top 10, I don't know, there's only 30 golfers. It's a weird type of way to look at an event of where you finish, but everybody's on the same page. Maybe he goes out and he looks at Sam and he looks at McNeely and he looks at Collin and he says, top 2 who finished this week, they're on the team. And like maybe that's how we do it. I don't know. As a captain and as a playing leader himself and see who has that dog in him. I love that.
I don't want Collin Morikawa anywhere near this team unless he puts together 4 good rounds this week. Like I would take Keegan picking himself over Collin. Like that's how bad Collin's been.
You're not wrong.
and that's not saying that Collin Morikawa isn't going to go on and have a tremendous career. Like I think he's going to eventually figure it out. He's too good of a talent not to. But in terms of this year's Ryder Cup team, it's a no for me, dog.
The one thing that Rory said that I think stuck out to me the most about being a playing captain is the attention you can put to the team when you're out on the course. He makes a good point of if Keegan goes out there and he catches a heater, all of a sudden he's just not captaining. He's like, I want to be in every event. Like if he goes out and he wins the morning session and he's carrying his partner, as Team USA, you want to see him in the afternoon. Then all of a sudden you're just not a captain. I think that's a weird dynamic.
But like he said, I think you can only play once a day if you're a playing captain. That's what Tiger did. And again, Tiger was...
So is he going to be like the Harris English of the Whistling Straits team? Like he played in one match and then he played in his singles match and that was his Ryder Cup.
Yeah, my guess if Keegan picks himself, he's going to play 3 matches. He'll play once a day in the team sessions and then obviously a singles match.
Hey, I'll tell you what, the PGA Tour is loving it.
Oh, yeah.
People are going to be locked into Eastlake in a way that they have not been in a long time.
Want to tell you about a great place that Steven and I joined. Steven a number of years ago, me just a couple of years ago. And I'll tell you what, even with all the rain and weather we've gotten, course is in fantastic shape. That's all our friends out at Wisconsin Country Club keep telling us. And I was out there on Sunday, got to see it firsthand. Again, a couple of spots that maybe the grass was a little longer because you can't get some mowers there, but it's unbelievable the way they were. With some of the pictures I saw, Stephen, with what we had, some flooding, a bridge that needed to be reset because of the massive flooding from the rain a couple of weeks ago. The staff out at Wisconsin Country Club did an unbelievable job getting the course ready for play for us, the members.
Yeah, shout out to Adam and his entire team, and honestly, superintendents all around southeastern Wisconsin and what they have been forced to do overcoming these historic floods. Golf courses and the community around golf courses has been impacted severely by this. And, I hope all the superintendents are getting the love that they deserve for putting in the overtime to try and get these courses back in the shape they deserve.
I mean, not only the golf course, but I was out there today taking advantage of the range, the short game areas. I mean, everything was in fantastic shape. So shout out to them. If you're interested in the golf, you can join, but maybe you're looking for other things as well, like, pickleball, tennis, pool, all those things out at Wisconsin Country Club. Plus, you have no assessments, no food and beverage minimums, just the incredible course and those other amenities. Get started today, WisconsinCountryClub.com. It's just a fairway away.
No ifs, ands, or puts. There's more On the Tee with Gabe and Steven coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Ready to escape to a resort that has it all? The Island Resort and Casino is your total thrill getaway, where championship golf, a luxury spa, world-class gaming, and epic entertainment come together. Tee it up at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Unwind at the Drift Spa. Dine, play, win, repeat. Go all in on an unforgettable getaway. Book your total experience today at islandresortandcasino.com.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Hey, it's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy's Gabe Neitzel. You don't need a private party or fancy credentials to play golf inside American Family Field because X Golf is open to the public every Brewers home game. That's right. Whether you're a walk-up or you're planning ahead, you can tee off in a high-tech golf simulator with a perfect view of the diamond. Each seat has table service, and the vibes? Immaculate. Food, drinks, and big swings, all without missing a pitch. Book your next game day round at X Golf inside American Family Field. Open to the public 7 days a week.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO-certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
This is On the Tee with Gabe Neitzel and Stephen Watson on 94.5 ESPN.
This is not a drill. If you sink a hole-in-one at X-Golf inside American Family Field, you could win the ultimate Brewers prize. That is a trip down Bernie Slide. That's right. Nail the shot. Next thing you know, you and a friend getting tickets to the game and 5 trips down that slide. Hit a hole-in-one. You're going to be living that dream. So book your swing time right now at X-Golf inside American Family Field. It's open to the public 7 days a week. We will probably never get tired of talking about the 2025 Masters. Kind of
pretty cool.
I'm never going to get sick of tired of talking about the 2019 Masters. This is up there. Well, Rory McIlroy, obviously the winner of that, winning the career Grand Slam with that major championship victory earlier this year, he's still talking about it because he's asked questions and revealed something during his Tour Championship press conference that, well, we found funny, and you should take a listen.
How many Masters flags do you think you've signed already?
A lot. I have no idea. It's been a lot, but I do know that they had 1,100 extra. Like they had 1,100 left in the merchandise facility at the end of the week, and we took all 1,100. So, but it's been a lot. But I'll never get sick of signing them. I've waited 17 years to sign that flag in the middle, and I will never complain about doing that.
First of all, good for Rory. Second of all, what the hell is he doing with 1,100 Masters flags?
Does he have a dump truck that just shows up to Augusta National?
Where are you storing these things? Like,
well, I'm sure he has some properties.
Well, sure, but like, you're just gonna just take 1,100 flags and tell them, hey, just distribute them amongst my properties? Like, where are you putting the 1,100 flags? I would have done the same thing if I were him. I just don't know where you're putting these things.
You've been to Augusta.
Yeah.
I assume you bought a flag.
Yeah.
What did it cost? What does it cost? What does a flag cost at a?
That's a good question. I mean, again,
$40?
Probably.
All right, let's do some quick math. He spent $44,000 on flags.
Yeah, but when you win the $3 million prize, it doesn't seem like that much.
And that's just so that charities that he works for.
That's the thing. Like, what are you doing? Are you giving these to people? What are you doing with these?
So I have kind of a cool story to share about Rory and Masters flags. I forget if I shared it following the PGA Championship, but when I was on site calling it for ESPN, I walked practice rounds.
Yeah,
and walked a couple of holes with Rory McIlroy. And this is the first major after he won at Augusta, and everybody at this point is thinking he's going to win all 4.
Yeah.
And so the crowds were enormous.
Well, again, because they were playing at Rory McIlroy Country Club.
Exactly. Quail Hollow. And, on the backside of 18, he finishes his practice round. He's just signing autographs. And I'm just giving him some space, just watching from afar. And he starts making his way closer to me. And he's not done anytime soon. I mean, he's always one of those guys who get it. He understands, what he means to the game and young kids. And so I go up to him and I said, is it still surreal signing that flag? And he looks at me and he goes, yes, except when it's for these adults who I know are going to sell it. And isn't that kind of a sad way that he has to look at it?
Yeah.
It's like, it has to be so emotional every time he puts his autograph, as we heard from him, right in the center of a Masters flag, but he doesn't know where half of them are headed. So maybe for these 1,100, he knows where they're headed.
He's got a plan.
It's going to go to a good cause, whether that's to friends and family and charitable givings. I don't know. But I thought that was just so fascinating that his first response was like to go petty.
Yeah.
If only I could sign it for the kids, because there were kids in tears. And you could see what that meant to him, to see kids and congratulate him. He's a dad. He gets it.
But I think that's true of any professional athlete. Yeah. Like, enjoy. You go to the ballpark. I think they love signing for the kids. They see the adult and they're like,
yeah.
All right. Because the adult's not
pushing
keeping
the kid out of the way.
Yeah, come on.
There were too many of those people. But no, that's cool. I mean, he should soak it in.
1,100 flags.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a house that he has where
there's a limit?
He can't park a car in because he's just got boxes of 2025 Masters flags?
Truly.
I can't park in this garage. I have to park outside of it because I don't know what I'm doing with these.
It was funny. Michael Kim, great follow on social media.
I'm so bummed for him.
Yeah.
He was on the bubble.
Unlucky number 31, missing out on East Lake. He had a heck of a year. But he tweeted, he's like, I can attest the number of boxes outside of Scottie Scheffler and Rory McIlroy's lockers at every single one of these majors is unbelievable with the amount of stuff that they buy,
That's
which I
awesome.
find fascinating.
That's awesome. Because again, at the end of the day, they're still just golf fans.
Yeah.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. Book your next tee time. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog. We get to our gem of the week next.
Forget about changing that dial. More On the Tee with Gabe and Steven next on 94.5 ESPN. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 19th.
Turio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 19th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee or check your local listings to watch the game.
ESPN Radio Sports Beat with Freddie Coleman.
Before the weekend, I warned people, okay, San Diego Padres, we're going to find out what's what because you're about to play a 3-game series against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and you have a 1-game lead in the division against a team that you can't stand and that can't stand you. Well, 3 games later, the Dodgers let them know who the big boys with the big noise is, maybe not just in the NL West, but maybe in the National League. Maybe that series is just what the Los Angeles Dodgers needed because for the longest time, it seemed that they were waiting for the playoffs before they were going to ratchet that up and be the team that we saw last year that won a world championship. Well, nothing says get it going than seeing a team on the other side that you can't stand, and you don't want them to believe for 1 second that they're going to be better than you, and not just in the playoffs, but definitely in the regular season. The Dodgers treated that series like it was a playoff series to send a message, not just to the San Diego Padres, but to everybody else in the National League. You guys may be doing this in Milwaukee and Philadelphia, but you still got to come through us, and that us will still be difficult to deal with. In 60 seconds, it's preseason football. Calm down.
Man, look at that Return of the Old King, man. Oh, wow. Emotional.
King of the Hill is back.
They got a Bob's in the airport now. Oh, that's Boba.
World has changed, Dad.
Bobby wants to bring that new girl over for dinner.
The Vegas? What the hell am I supposed to feed her?
Can't we just put some grass in a bowl?
From Mike Judge and Greg Daniels.
Ready to make some memories, Dad?
Let's freaking go.
A Hulu original series, King of the Hill. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
We're brought to you today by GNC. Hope I'm not interrupting your workout routine, but the GNC Live Well sale is going on right now. Buy one, get one, 50% off everything in the store and at GNC.com. That's right, everything. Protein, pre-workout, creatine, vitamins, supplements, and so much more. Go for it all and don't miss out. At GNC, nutrition isn't just the department, it's the whole freaking store. You got goals, GNC has results. Visit your local GNC store or go to GNC.com.
Giants fans, I know you're feeling good. You see that Jackson Dart fella from Ole Miss, what he's done the last couple of preseason games, you're going, ooh. Let's start him opening day. If you're a Chicago Bears fan, you saw the way Caleb Williams looked like in 2 drives against the Buffalo Bills. You're thinking, that's right, now we got our coach, we got our offense around our quarterback. We're going to be ready to rock and roll. It's always been one of the wonderful things by NFL preseason. Anything that's done or not done will lead to that kind of overreaction, especially from certain fan bases that will love nothing better to have any kind of success that they have not had. Believe me, as a long-serving Jets fan, I know exactly what this is all about. But you have to calm down. If you're in Chicago, you haven't played a regular season game yet with Caleb Williams in this new offense. With the New York Giants, I know you want Jackson Dart sooner than later, but if you rush him out there and he's not ready, we know how that's going to sound. It's okay to wait. Patience is never a bad thing in the NFL. For the ESPN Radio Sports Beat, I'm Freddie Coleman of ESPN Radio's Freddie and Harry.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
For it's On the Tee with Gabe Neitzel and Stephen Watson on 94.5 ESPN.
I have wanted to play this sound, whether it was on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy or this show. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. It's just hilarious.
From the unlikeliest of sources.
From Ben Griffin. If you happen to miss this, this is the Gem of the Week brought to you by the Jewelry Center. Engagement rings, wedding bands, gifts for that special someone, even repairs. It all happens at the Jewelry Center. Visit any one of the 3 locations, Greenfield, Brookfield, and in Burlington. Shop online at shoptjc.com. Here's Ben Griffin with a wild story.
I take creatine as a supplement, and this morning I didn't take it until I basically teed off on 1, and I was at the end of my batch. And I had this, like, basically a snowball of creatine, so it had been in my bucket for probably, like, a month. And I, like, broke it up and put it in my water bottle, whatever. Like, I'm all good. Like, I've taken creatine on the golf course before. It's fine. But I started taking it after my second shot, and I accidentally swallowed, like, one of the big rocks, kind of, that was in my water bottle. And I've never overdosed on creatine before, but I think I did in the moment because I didn't really drink any water after that. I basically just inhaled like a snowball. And so I started getting like super shaky, and I've never felt like this before, and I literally felt like I had tremors. And I 4-putted 1, and then on 2 I like was freaking out and didn't know what to do, and I like hit it so far out of bounds. And then like luckily my caddy stepped in and like made me chug a whole water.
And then he ended up being okay after that.
More than okay. He made 7 birdies and finished 1 under.
He was 6 over after his first 3 holes. He went triple-double bogey and then
Shouldn't the creatine
nuclear.
last longer than 3 holes?
Well, I mean, because it needs to be diluted with the water, which is why he chugged the bottle of water after inhaling too much of it. And I love how he called it an overdose. Of course, he put overdose in air quotes, which you couldn't see because this is an audio medium.
Yeah.
But it was just like Ben Griffin talking about overdosing on creatine.
If Team Europe is smart, they should just buy buckets of creatine for Ben Griffin for Bethpage.
It's just only in golf, man. Like, just truly only in golf could something like this happen.
It well, like the snowball coming down. I mean, I don't take creatine, but we've all done like powdery drinks where you just watch that thing come toward your mouth.
Well, and you get down to the end of the batch, and like you said, it just kind of clumps together because it's been in there for so long.
Why did he swallow it?
I don't know. Because he was just
taking a clump like that. I think you go. Bleh.
No, he just decided he needed to go down the hatch.
I mean, his 4-putt was really bad.
Well, you were calling it. You were a part of this.
It was confusingly bad. I was glad we had a solution because watching it and calling it live was alarmingly.
What is going on?
A test as a broadcaster was Ben Griffin. What's happening here?
When he 4-putted.
All you can do is, oh no, oh. No.
Was the 4-putt worse than the shank you called as part of the
shank was first. I mean, clean card right into a shank for Charlie Hoffman. That was tough.
Amber and Ian coming up next. This has been On the Tee.
Hey, golf enthusiasts. Discover a hidden lakeside course in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin at Majestic Oaks. Tee off on a course with over 2 miles of lakefront where wide fairways and challenging